All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yashar Allah, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwath, who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. Yahweh is the name of the one they ignorantly call God. Yahweh Shai is the name of the one they ignorantly call Jesus. Ba'ashem is in the name. Rakah is spirit. Kodash is holy. Akyam is brothers, and Akwath is sisters. And Shalom means peace. All right, we want to go into a lesson through the spirit, all right, on the kingdom to come, all right, and the world we live in today and why we can't build on top of it. You know, the scriptures say this is not our rest. And you see our people so eager to try to finally build because they've had more liberty than they've ever had before. And that's why they turn from this message, because they believe that somehow, some way they can still build on top of all the blood that's been shed here, even though the Lord is telling us not. All right. So we're in a time where the Lord is about to usher in the kingdom of heaven. But before that happens, this system, this kingdom has to be dismantled. All right. It's not meat for the master's use. This is opposite of the Heavenly Father's will, man.
Wait, I got one for you. This is Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. It reads, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction."
Because the things you have to do to become successful in this system, especially dealing with our people, is to betray your own truth. You have to betray the truth. It's not even our own truth. The things that have happened to us as a nation of people are facts. And our people are willing to forget about those things, all right, to have some form of success in this system. Never mind that Esau still rules over you. All right, never mind that they can push to your children the alphabet community agenda. All right, never mind that your community on average is poor. Jake still believes that they can somehow have a success story in a place that was built on your blood, and it's not possible.
I got a quick one.
Come on.
This is Matthew 16 and verse 26. "For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?" And just like the brother is speaking about, man, the Lord is giving, the thing is, the Lord has given our nation a more excellent spirit, all right? The soul that is within us is an everlasting spirit, you know? So to exchange your soul for peace of this temporary world is unprofitable. You know, our people exchange their souls to become the greatest boxer, to become the greatest athlete, to become the greatest singer, when the Lord called us to be greater than that. You know, the Lord called us to be rulers over the whole world, including the nations. And that's a far bigger office than any singer, than any entertainer, than any boxer can take on, man. And that's why it's important for our people to arise and depart mentally and spiritually from this place, because as long as you're still attached to this place mentally and spiritually, you'll constantly sell yourself short.
And that's what Esau does. He gives our people this idea that they have something to lose in this system. That if he falls out of power, they fall out of power too, as if you have power. And this is why our people secretly, all right, some of them are more forward to admit it, but a lot of our people, you know, they have this at face value. They're against the man, quotation marks. All right, but then secretly they want his kingdom to continue so that their success story can play out. Yeah, bro, I got this business. I'm trying to get my trucking license in. And they not realizing the fashion of this world is about to pass away. And our people run from that message because a lot of them have invested their blood, sweat, and tears in being successful in a system that wasn't built for them. And when they find out they've been going the wrong way the whole time, pride won't let them admit that. But this is the truth, whether our people can receive it or not. Even now, all right, the news is full of articles talking about this system's demise. All right, whether it's inflation, whether it's food prices, gas prices. World War III didn't go anywhere. It's just other things are becoming more important to talk about. There's still a conflict. And our people are in the midst of all of these things that are happening on the earth. They're still trying to build and decorate and furnish a room on the Titanic.
Got a quick reset for you.
Yep.
This is why the scriptures say this in Proverbs 29 and 18. "Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he." And our people, since they have no vision of a better world or they don't have the bigger picture like the Lord gave us, then they see that, just like the brother said, if Esau world crumbled, then we crumble.
Right.
There is no other world after this. There can't be another world after this. This is the greatest that things will ever get. So without that bigger picture, our people essentially perish, because they can't see anything beyond America. They can't see anything beyond being entertainers and athletes. They can't see anything beyond being justice, man.
And that's, matter of fact, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away.
Right, and the fashion of this world, everything that the luxuries of this world, the amenities of this world, is getting ready to pass away with fervent heat at that. You know, and the time is short at hand, like the brother is saying. It's numerous articles daily on the downfall of America, Babylon the Great. It's numerous videos. It's numerous economic forecasters. You have your different forecasters for this world prophesying essentially of the downfall of this kingdom. So the time is at hand for everything established in this world to fail. And the time also is at hand for everything that the Lord is establishing in the spirit to rise, you know? And that's why it's important to depart once again from this place mentally and spiritually, because everything here is getting ready to pass away. All right, the Lord is coming to judge the earth in equity and true justice.
Right.
The world is going to experience true justice. Nothing like the so-called justice system here that Esau has established, where you can get over if you have enough money, or if you know somebody, or if you have enough power, justice don't touch you. No, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the wicked shall not be acquitted, man. Like it says in Nahum, the 1st chapter. All right, the Lord is not going to quit the wicked at all. They're going to have to pay for each and every sin that they've committed, chiefly for touching the apple of the Lord's eye, which is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and American Indians, and giving you a baser vision.
Right. And that's why, you know, it's important to understand and prepare for the search of your fathers, because most of our people don't care about history no more. And history is a great indicator of where you are in time. Most of our people believe, because Esau's taught them that way, that our beginning starts with slavery. And when you believe that, the world we live in today looks like progress. We're not in chains anymore. We don't sleep on pallets on master's property with ragtag clothes. We can buy Jordans now. We can start our own hair company, fashion company. We can get a real estate license. We can do all of these things. So Jake looks at this like this is the best opportunity we've ever had to get somewhere, not realizing that they're trying to build on a bloody foundation. And the Lord, most importantly, has not forgotten about what's been done. The Lord requires that which is past, and you got Jake making permanent decisions in a temporary kingdom. These things are going to fall. And most of our people they're going to lose their mind when they realize that their hope, their blood, their sweat, their tears have been placed in the trust of Egypt and not in the Heavenly Father. And that's going to be to their shame.
Yep.
I got one real quick. This is 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. And if I can say this, you've never heard so much talk about nuclear weapons in the past 5 to 10 years as we've heard now. How close the world is to nuclear weapons actually being used in warfare, active warfare. The Third World War, as the scripture said, 20 years ago, people thought it would be crazy to even mention something like that. Now it's on every major news outlet. These are things that the Lord said will come to pass, and they're coming to pass. And that's why the Lord exhorts us to have a pilgrim-like mentality, to understand that this world is temporal. It's temporary. Your job is temporary. Your life here is temporary. Everything here is temporal. It's soon to pass away, because the Lord's agenda is to destroy this world.
Right. Yeah, I got 2 for you since you said that. This is Matthew, back in Matthew 16 and 25. It says, "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it."
Yeah, you want to build generational wealth. You're not going to build it here, man.
Exactly, man.
And you keep beating the same dead horse that the Lord told you is over with. It's dead. You got Jake wearing suits and pulling up to seminars telling their people, look, we can build generational wealth here. We just got to get this life insurance plan and get your whole family on this life insurance plan, and then we can take loans out of this life insurance plan, while World War III is being conducted, while prophecy is playing out, while there's high food prices. And a lot of Jakes have turned into exploiters of their own people.
Got you. This is Isaiah 9:16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed.
Because when you think about it, Jake is selling courses. So they gas you up like, look, we got to build generational wealth, brother. You know, and then they buy my course. Mm-hmm. For $99.99, I can teach you how to build generational wealth, ass niggas, man. Mm-hmm. Selling their own people down the river, man. Giving them information they could have found on Google, but you love your people so much.
Right. And if I may say this too, you know, and these Jakes know that information, if that information was as precious as they trying to sell it to be, then they'll keep it to themselves and very few. Because that precious information, if it's spread it abroad and everybody used it, everybody will be wealthy. Every Jake in the world will be wealthy and prosperous. But that's just not the case. Esau ain't gonna let every Jake in the world be prosperous. So he gives a select few, those who have sought to find their lives here in America, Babylon the Great, and giving their souls over to it. All right, they give them the blueprint, and they tell them, look, give them half of the blueprint. You can sell half of it, you know, give them some hope,
right? And
then they'll fund you.
And that's what Jake doing. Jake's selling hope. And it ain't the hope of the Heavenly Father. It ain't faith in Yahweh Shema Shai. It's faith in the world. It's faith in Esau's system, that you can be successful using Esau's fractional reserve banking system. Mm-hmm. And we're telling our people, first and foremost, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, that the foundation is off. The very foundation that you're trying to build upon is off. All these debts and these loans that you can take out for your LLC, eventually all that's going to have to be paid back. And the whole system at large is paying for all of these businesses that took out loans that they couldn't pay back. This is the world you live in, where the foundation itself is off, it's wicked, it's bloody. And Jake is trying to forget about all of that and build their house on top of sand, man. It's not possible.
That's why the scriptures say this in Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yet all that do wickedly, shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. And just like the brother is saying, this system has been deeply rooted. Esau has deeply rooted his wickedness throughout the whole world.
Right.
Everything that he's established has to be rooted up.
Right.
Because there is no getting ahead in this system. You cannot get ahead over a 500 plus year start.
Right.
This establishment has been going on ever since the rebirth of the Roman Empire, the Renaissance. They've been establishing this wickedness, this system, ever since they've came back into power. And they've made sure they've took countermeasure after countermeasure after countermeasure to make sure that you Negroes, Latinos, and American Indians will never get the head up again.
Right.
So thinking that you'll establish some type of foundation here and you'll get a head up or you'll get a leg up is foolish, man. You have to, a part of realizing the truth and a part of coming into the truth and realizing reality is realizing how far down the rabbit hole we truly are,
man,
and how much we need Yahweh Shai, man.
You got it, Doc. You got it.
You got it, bro.
You got it, because our people don't understand what rulership actually is, and our people equate money with power, and there's a big difference. You have Edomites who have money and they don't have any power, and you have Edomites that you don't know about who have power, and you can't count their money. And our people have been convinced that if they get enough FRNs, it'll somehow equate to power. But you don't have seats in the realm of real power. What the brother's talking about, the Lord say he has to uproot these guys. You have families of Edomites who from years, centuries, have dug their tentacles so deep into this system that you would never be able to catch up. That even if you were able to become a billionaire, you would never catch up. Because a billion FRNs is not power. There's a big difference. And that's why you have to have a ruling class mentality. When you come back into your heritage, you understand a ruling class mentality, meaning this is not me. This would never work for us as a nation of people. Mm-hmm. That's why the Lord said we wait for new heavens and new earths wherein dwelleth righteousness.
I got that.
You got it.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3, starting at verse 10. It reads, I'll get to the point. This is verse 11. It says, "Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the heavenly Father, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Beautiful.
Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness."
And we're looking for a new heaven and a new earth, a new rulership wherein dwells righteousness. And this is what our people have lost sight of, and that's why ultimately they're going to have to be done away with, because they've lost the vision. They don't have the vision. The Lord's vision is to establish a righteous foundation. A righteous foundation first and foremost. Your hair business and your fashion line won't trump everything that's been done in this planet and wickedness. And what would your success mean if your children are changing their sex, all right, and marrying and stuck into the metaverse with implants in them, being tracked? What good is your successful real estate business in that scenario?
If I may say this, and the big problem with our people is comfortability. And the Lord has called us out of that sickly mentality. Because Jake is comfortable with just having a hair salon, with just having a real estate license, real estate property. They're comfortable with that. It's not too much responsibility. You're able to live above the means of, the majority of so-called Jakes. You're able to live comfortably, get the things that you somewhat want. And it's comfortable like that. It's a comfortable lifestyle. Well, the Lord called us out of this comfortable mentality, man. Things are not comfortable here for the hopefully elect. All right, living in America, Babylon the Great is not comfortable as hell, man.
It's not supposed to be. And that's why the Lord is calling his to trust in him, not to trust in Esau. 2/3 of our people trust in Esau reigning forever. That's why they're comfortable letting him make the decisions for their children. You don't see Jake popping up saying, "Look, man, I don't want y'all teaching my kids about no alphabet community." You see them Edomites talking about that, because now they ass in the food chain too.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't see Jake rising up. Jake just cool with, well, whatever E say, I mean, shit. He make all the decisions. I'm just trying to get my real estate license in my trucking business. And that's a low-level mentality. This man is pushing, all right, to allow, I don't even want to say the word, but the Man-Loving Boy Association is pushing to have their cause legitimized. I mean, they trying to write that into the law that's not a sickness. That's just a sexual preference. You like little boys. And that's just your preference. They're trying to do that. But Jake's so caught up in trying to get a hair salon and real estate license and trucking license that this is who's ruling the world, man. And the Lord is telling us the foundation is off. The people who make decisions on how you live don't like you, and they want you off the earth first and foremost.
Yep.
And if they didn't, they're going to lead your generation into wickedness. And Jake is willing to look past that just for a crumb off of Esau's table, man. You got it out.
Right, when the Lord said he's preparing the table right now for us in the midst of our enemies, man. And that table is prepared with so much more than that crumb, man. The Lord has, Lord willing, planets for us, man. Planets for us to explore. And the earth alone hasn't been explored to its fullest. So what the Lord has prepared for his elect is far greater than any crumb that you can scrape off Esau's table. If I get this.
Yep.
This is Sirach chapter 10 and verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
And this is what Jake is ignorant to, right? None of your success personally is going to have a legitimate effect on the rest of your people, because the unwise king is still in rulership. And in order for him to stay in rulership, the majority of your people have to stay in the hood. Yeah, you might get to have a passport and go to Dubai and be on the yacht with big booty Eves and whatever the case may be. But you have to ignore the fact that the rest of your people are suffering, man. They sick, man. They killing each other over pennies right now. They live in check to check right now. And the people who make the decisions in this world is set on getting rid of them. That's the mentality our people don't realize it's happening upstairs. The decisions that are being made by creepy, disgusting, vile, abominable creatures, man. And you getting your success story so you can put a nice ass status on Facebook don't change that, bro. Yeah, it make you look good for the moment. Well, what about the rest of your people? And Jake has lost the mentality of being nation-minded. Jake only sees themselves, I'm not black, I'm OJ.
Yeah.
Just see themselves as an individual. And because of that mindset, 2/3 of our people are caught up in building their own sealed house and forgetting about the house of the Lord, man.
It says, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
So these guys that run EU and NATO, all right, the Gates, the Elon Musk, these individuals do not belong in rulership, man. Simply put. And most of our people know that, but because Esau put that carrot on the stick in front of them, they're willing to overlook that as long as they get their carrot. And what we're telling you through the Spirit is that you're not going to get your carrot, because the Lord's intention is to remove this system completely. And that's why returning to Yahweh Shema Shah is the only way, because it starts with having a mentality of being willing to lose all of these things, because none of these things matter anyway. When Peter says the elements shall melt with fervent heat, he's basically putting in the mindset of those that read the letter, none of this shit matter. Prepare for a new heaven and a new earth, a new establishment. Because the Lord is completely against this system. And for you wanting this system to continue, you're against the Lord, man. And the Lord said that the angels are going to pluck out all that offend, man.
Yep. It said I should not reign over him, bring him hither, and slay him before me.
Because, and I'm going to reiterate this point again, a lot of our people, because they want a success story so that they can tell their friends and family, they want it so bad that they're willing to allow the wicked to rule forever, just to get their own little moment in the sun. And that's not our mentality. That's not our forefathers' mentality. Our forefather Abraham died knowing he wasn't going to receive that promise of the kingdom of heaven in that lifetime. And he was okay with that. The scriptures tell us to prepare for the search of our fathers. That's a huge part of the search of our fathers, is their mentality. That's what we have now. We don't have their possessions. We don't have the land promised to our forefathers. All we have is the spirit, the faith of Yahweh Shema Shah, and the mentality of our forefathers that are left for us as a record in the scriptures. You got it, up.
I got two, actually. Since you had quoted one, and then I had another one. This is Haggai chapter 1, verse 4. It says, "Is it time for you, O ye, to dwell in your sealed houses?"
Hey, believe it or not, we gonna have houses, man. It's just not gonna be next to no Edomites. We're gonna be able to have children. And you ain't gonna call the one that had your child a baby mama. She's gonna actually be a wife. And she's gonna be okay being a wife. These things are being prepared for us. But if you try to get it on this side, it's gonna come with trouble in the flesh, and it's gonna be destroyed. And you're gonna be destroyed with it, because your heart and soul was in this place and not in the Lord.
It says, "Is it time for you, O ye, to dwell in your sealed houses, and this house lie waste? Now therefore thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. Ye have sown much, and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough." And this is the Lord saying to our people, look, consider what you're doing here. Consider your ways here. Consider, truly look at your situation here. All right, and realize what's going on. It says, "You have sown much and bring in little." Jake go to work over 80 hours a week, and bring in a $400 check. You eat, but you have not enough. Always, Jake, for the most part, live check to check. So that means they live meal to meal. They don't know when their next meal coming. It says, "But ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways."
And you know what? That bag with holes, a lot of that is a product of you being under another nation of people. They can tax you whenever they want to. They can pull you off their streets if they want to. They can say, look, you can't stay here. Or you own the house technically, but you got to pay property taxes. That's tribute. And as a nation of people, we're subject to another nation of people, which means we're subject to payments.
I was going to get that too.
And the Lord is telling us that there's a new heaven and a new earth, a new system being established that's going to be built on equity and righteousness. This society is built on greed and vanity. There's no morality in this system. And it ain't just America, which is Babylon the Great. It's everywhere at this point. Scriptures say she's made all the nations drunk. You got it up.
This is Jeremiah 23 and verse 5. Behold, the day is come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and the king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is the name whereby he shall be called, the Lord our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. And this is what the Lord is coming to do. He's coming to judge the earth in justice and equity, man. All right? True justice.
Right.
You know, and when that happens, we're going to be able to dwell peaceably. You know, and our nation doesn't know what that means at all.
Right.
To dwell peaceably without being taxed, without being hounded, without having somebody over your back, without having somebody telling you what to do 24/7, without having to get up and go work another man's enterprise to make him wealthy, to make his family wealthy, so that he can say to his son, you don't have to work.
And did you see that video? There was a video of a Northern Kingdom Jake who worked 27 years at a Burger King.
And got a bag, just got a bag.
And got a bag with a movie ticket and a couple of little trinkets.
Less than $30 for 27 years, man.
27 years of his time, his life. 27 years of his life. You got Jakes who get locked up for crimes they didn't commit. 38 years. Some of them get paid, but you can't get that time back. And in order for you to be successful here, understand you have to ignore the condition of your people completely. And if you get a big platform, you can't speak on the condition of your people on any great scale. Look at what Kanye was. He started off with George Bush don't care about black people. Now look at him, man. All bugged out.
Finish.
And these are the leaders of our people that caused them to err. And we're telling our people the straight skinny, straight no chaser. There's no other way we can tell our people through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, because we understand the will of the Heavenly Father. And it's not that these things are going to continue forever. The Lord's intention is to destroy this. The ones who are really watching are asking the Lord how long. But the other ones of our people are saying, look, Lord, just hold off a little bit, because, you know, I'm thinking I'm going to get this promotion in about 2 years. I see this house for like 300, 400,000. You know, I'm saving up money to get that. I'm saving up 3 months' salary to marry my girl. Jake is completely wrapped up in a system that's about to fall, man. Yeah. You got it up.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 40. It reads, I'm going to start at verse 39. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
And that starts mentally. You know, we understand that whatever we have through the Spirit is from the Heavenly Father, but we also understand that there's going to come a time where the Lord's going to destroy these things. And that's the mentality that we are to have and be built up in. That, yeah, things are about to change in a dramatic fashion, but the Lord gave us a warning to build up our faith, to believe that He'll carry us through it. 2/3 of our people don't have the mindset that this place is going to be destroyed. They don't have that mindset, and you can tell by how they move and who they really trust. They talk about loving the Lord, they honor the Lord with their lips, but in action, they trust that Esau's going to reign forever. Real quick, I got 2 Corinthians 4 and 17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Right, and that's why when you look at the bigger picture, what we're going through right now is nothing to compared to what the Lord has in store for us, man. This little suffering, being outcasted from this world, quote unquote, seemingly losing some things in this world when really gaining.
Right.
It's really nothing compared to what the Lord has stored for His elect, man. You know, and this is what our due. This is what is our due duty to do, man. We ought to do this, not only for ourselves but for our whole nation. Like the brother was saying, a part of coming into this truth is adopting a nation mentality.
Right.
You know, our nation as a whole is struggling. So for the Lord to give us this opportunity to suffer for a little bit, for a while, so that not only us but our whole nation can be set straight for the rest of eternity.
Yeah.
Not just our lives and our children's lives, but for the rest of eternity, is nothing, man, compared to what's in store for us. And that's why this work, it's a beauty in this work.
Yep.
It's a beauty in toiling. It's a beauty in suffering. All right, it's a beauty in catching hell. Because in catching hell, we're gaining not only a stronger character, but we're gaining a peace to the kingdom of heaven. We're gaining a stronger mentality. We're gaining stronger spirit. You know, we're gaining another day toward the kingdom of heaven.
Beautiful. You got any more?
I have one more.
Come
This is 2nd Esdras 14 and verse 13. Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such as them as be in trouble, and not renounce corruption. Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. Alright, and now's the time to really set aside the weak nature. Alright, and the weakest nature that we possess right now is mentally and spiritually. Coming up out of these Babylonian ideologies, man. Coming out of this Babylonian lifestyle. We have to put it off, man, in order to inherit the kingdom of heaven.
And that ultimately goes into attachments. You know, when it says let go of the weak nature, it deals with attachments. This is why the Lord constantly reminds us that the day of the Lord is not going to be light but darkness to the majority of the world, and to prepare our minds for that, to detach from this world. And it starts mentally, because there will come a time where we're going to have to physically detach, and that day should not come upon you unawares. And we're being developed in our ancient mindset of doing things that are opposite of this world, because this is how the Lord wanted us to move. And this world is against the Lord, so of course it's going to be against us. And we're learning to be detached from this world, because the Lord is about to dismantle this.
And that's a part of the equity that the Lord is bringing. All right, and that's a part of understanding as well. Understanding that the judgment of the Lord is equal, it's fair.
Right.
All of the judgments of the Lord are equal and fair. So when you see mass death out here, when you see people catching hell and tribulations, that's equity, man. That's the Lord judging this earth in equity. All right, this world deserves what it's getting ready to get. That's all I have, bro.
And so with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yasher Allah, and a sincere salutation to all Yuakim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwath, who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. Shalom. Wa Abba Babal.
Yes, sir.